Beginning in October 2021, the City of Des Moines held a series of public meetings to envision a new community recreation center and park on the city's north side. The location for this project is College Avenue between 9th and 11th Streets, a location deep with history and a community that has shaped the life of the neighborhood for several generations. This block first housed one of the city's first educational institutions, Des Moines College, established not long after the city was founded in 1865. Later, from 1918 through 1970, there was a boys' Catholic school that later became known as Dowling High School. Since the early 1970s, the site has been a lively hub for a range of community recreation and social activities. During this time, the place has had many names: Old Dowling, Gateway Opportunity Center, the city-run Model Community Center, and the present-day John R. Grubb YMCA. To preserve those histories, we invited community members to share what makes this place special and their hopes for a future Northside Community Recreation Center. Here are some of their stories.
We had the model cities in our community,
which was ran by the city.
The folks down here kind of got ticked off because you would have 50, 60 black youth coming from the riverfront, walking through downtown and mobbing back to our community. And so in order to stop that, they decided to get together and create the Grubb YMCA.
Model City holds a special place in my heart because my mother was an activist and she fought for early childhood development, which meant I was the first graduating class from Head Start here.
I remember the staircase and people hanging out. I have more memories when I worked here. So I worked here when it was then Model Cities, and I helped with the young people as far as like teaching cooking or hygiene or just more kind of recreational sort of things. This was a place where we hung out. And when I say we, black people.
Before Old Dowling became the Grubb Y, it was a rehearsal place for Gateway Dance Theater. I started out dancing with Gateway at that building. And that's my first introduction to Old Dowling. Then afterwards, there was a rumor, or at least stories going around, that they were going to build a Y neighborhood. And I thought, fantastic. At that particular time, I was living on 21st Street, I believe, teaching. And when I heard about that, I said, absolutely fantastic.
The folks in our community didn't want to have a Y because the Y was for pay. The model cities, you could come in free and do what you want. And so they went back and forth between the YMCA and the city. And so finally they came up with the plan to remodel the building and turn it into a YMCA. Miss Davis and Jesse Taylor was probably the two lead people on that, but not the only ones.
It was the hub of the community, it really was. And as I started to reflect to get ready to talk about this, I got emotional because everything happened there. There was a group of women who worked there and then socialized with everybody came to be there. We had a fish fry every Friday, and people would come share, participate, eat, chip in, or just hang out and be there. And it was just community. It was a feeling of belonging. It was something I needed, and I got to play basketball.
I would say for me, not being from Des Moines, I definitely feel like I've accumulated a family at this facility and just throughout the community.
One of my sons was a lifeguard here, and I'd come in at 6 in the morning to swim. And if the lifeguard for some reason wasn't there, I'd call him and say, get up and get over here, because we just lived a block away.
The Grubb has been the heart of the community for years. So the people that work there, they'll come back. They'll come, because when you're in there, you feel camaraderie. You feel that. You meet people, you get people high five, hey, how you doing? That's a good thing. That's encouragement. The kids see that. The kids see their parents working out. Instill the importance of health at a young age.
There's a long history of community at this building, and the buildings had many different names over time. Whether it's Model Cities, whether it's Grubb, I mean, it's the same energy, it's the same space, it just becomes a new building. It might have a new name. A room is just a room. It's the people that go inside it. It's who manages the building. It's who you see at the check-in desk. It's who you see when you come to the community meeting, to your cardio class, at the basketball court. That's what makes a place home.
So I would like to see a facility that can accommodate, you know, that family aspect, those programs, and just that like community development.
A space where we can gather for Girl Scouts, for other community events.
I would like to see indoor cycle back, swimming. We utilize the pool a lot, having a hot tub in there. When the kids are playing, the adults can come in and just relax.
That community feeling that I experienced and still experience to a certain degree is there.
I hope that you grandfather in an African-American director like the Grubb Y's had since its existence, because they're more likely to know the people in the community that they service.
I always wonder when they build a building what they're thinking of, And as you get ready to embark on another journey with a new building, it's not the structure of the building. It's the people that found the building and gave the building its heart.
When everyone knows the truth and when everyone has the facts, people can make good decisions. I think what was helpful through this process is that we're making this space for community voices to be heard and then in turn shape the project. The vision for the Northside CRC, where we've kind of come to as part of this community process, is a new construction building that encapsulates all the best components from the Grubb and puts them in a new state-of-the-art facility. So we're looking at an approximately 30,000 square foot building that has multi-purpose pool, has a gym with multiple gyms, basketball courts with elevated running track, and then has a series of community programming that's both multi-purpose and multi-function spaces, as well as new ideas that are coming forward that we heard from the community, like an ideas lab, a maker space, or even daycare to be able to be on site, because that became very important to think through how the building can be used for multiple generations. And if you want to continue to dare to dream with both us and the community moving forward, please visit the website to find out more information.